What is happening, guys? It's Monster Chappie. We're back for some more Battlefield 4 content, and in this video we're actually rocking with the M4, and we're going to be playing quite a few rounds of Domination. This is actually from the live stream. I usually go where I'll just keep playing until our team loses, so that's what we're doing here. And I think we ended up winning four rounds or 3 rounds, and then we ended up losing, and that's going to be the end of the video. But definitely had a lot of fun, and I'm definitely a fan of the M4 as well as the M16A4. The M16A4 maybe my favorite gun in the game. I don't know. I really like that and the M416, although the M416 I'm a little bit less of a fan of just because it's a gun everybody uses. That and the Ace 23 are probably considered two of the best guns in the game, and I really just like to be a little bit different. I mean, nothing wrong with using the best guns in the game at all, but you know, from time to time I like to mix it up, and I like to make my favorite gun different than everybody else's. It's nothing more fun and pleasurable than beasting with a gun, and then you start seeing a lot more of the kill cams when you die. You're like, oh, now they want to use that gun. You know, that gives you a pretty cool feeling. You know, everybody starts the round with the Ace 23, and you start hitting with the M4, and all of a sudden you're dying from M4s, and you're like, what's going on? But I don't know. To me, that's a lot of fun, and I have a lot of fun doing that. You know, trying out different guns and stuff, and it's a real cool feeling. But with that being said, man, I love the burst fire weapons on this game. Love the M16A4. I know a lot of guys are not fans of burst fire weapons. You know, there's a lot of advantages to having a fully automatic gun, definitely, and I definitely agree with that, especially for super close range versus a single shot. I'm not a fan of the single shot on the game, besides like the sniper rifles, but outside of those, I'm not a huge fan of the DMRs. I will talk about that when we get to the DMR videos. I really think they need to be actually improved quite a bit. A little buffing or something would improve those, man. They just take way too many shots, and you just really can't beat really any gun up close, which isn't what it's designed for. It's designed for the mid to somewhat long range, but you're going to lose long range to sniper rifles. You're going to lose mid range to assault rifles, and you know, up close you really just it's a tough situation. So pretty much the only way you're going to win gun battles with that gun is if you catch somebody not looking at you and you're able to get a few shots off on them, or you need to get a headshot. So well, whatever, we're going to stop talking about that. Those guns, man, those guns, they get me going. But with that being said, man, Domination is a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun playing it. I know some of the Battlefield guys have issues with Domination because they feel like it takes away from what Battlefield truly is, and that's the big maps, that's the large server size, that's the vehicles, all those things that make Battlefield what it is. And I love all those things as well, but I'm more of an infantry person personally. But I definitely do like the vehicles. I'm going to try to learn how to use them quite a bit better in the near future. Definitely going to be an aspect of my game that I'm going to try to greatly improve. Like, if there's one thing I had said I really need to improve on, first is accuracy, of course. You know, you can always improve accuracy, but my vehicle usage and vehicle skill right now has just got to be at an all-time low. If I fly a chopper, I'm probably going to run into something real quick there. So, you know, that's definitely something we're going to try to mix in a lot more on the channel, and a lot more in the gameplays in the future, is just trying the choppers, trying out the flying jets, trying out the tanks and things like that, the jeeps, getting loose and basically dominating with the vehicles. Because if you can really get effective in the vehicle, you can get some really nice KD rounds, but more importantly, you can actually be a huge impact on the battlefield and a huge impact on the game, and just be a devastating force to the opposing team. Nothing more frustrating than getting killed by a chopper a bunch of times because the other team has a real good pilot, or they got a real good pilot and gunman combination, and that right there alone can greatly impact the outcome of a battle versus one person being a real good infantryman and being a real good shooter. You can impact the game, but it's not going to be quite that much. You're going to need a lot of team help regardless. Whereas if you're killing with the chopper and stuff, you can help out your team and be a little bit more impactful than a single infantryman, which is realistic, man. I mean, let's be honest. A vehicle should be able to have more impact on the game than a single gunman. Otherwise, everybody's going to be Rambo, and that's going to be a problem. But with that being said, man, I'll be having a lot of fun playing Battlefield. So if you guys have the PS4 and y'all want to play with me, feel free to add me, man. Give me the cookies. Battlefield, Madden, and 2K, man. Like I said, moving forward, we're going to be trying to get you guys as much content as possible, having as much fun with you guys as possible, and doing what we do, and that is learning along the way and sharing that knowledge with you guys. So what I've learned so far in Battlefield 4, again, there's some similarities to Battlefield 3, and they definitely have been doing a lot of patches and stuff. So first I want to talk about the recent patch that was dropped for the PlayStation 4. It was dropped on the 17th, I believe. Recently I got premium, so I just got the China Rising maps and just downloaded those. So I'll be able to have a lot of fun on those maps and showcase those. But as far as the patch goes, they did fix some stuff, man. Some stability issues. And, you know, hopefully those hold true. I know when they say they're fixing stability issues, they're still fixing stability issues because, you know, they got such a long way to go. A lot of people say the game was released prematurely just to compete with Call of Duty, and that's really one of the reasons that the game has been having as many flaws as it has had with the release. And it's been not just PS4 issues or Xbox One or PS4. It's been, or PC, excuse me. It's been issues on all four of them, and that's, or yeah, all three of them. And if you're playing on Gen 3, I'm not sure what the issues are over there. I'm sure they probably have a few as well, but mainly for the Gen 4 and the PC, there's been a lot of bugs, a lot of crashing, especially if you play the Conquest or the modes with the 64-man servers. A lot of issues there. So that's another reason why I've been mostly playing Deathmatch, Squad Deathmatch, Domination, just kind of the close quarters type stuff, because those seem to hold actually pretty well. I never really ever lag out of those game modes, and nothing worse than being 40 minutes into a Conquest match and then just getting ejected and losing basically all those skill points and things like that from it. So that is that. But what they did say they patched was some stability issues. Also the SUAVs, I believe they're called. I don't know. I just started using Recon class a little while ago. I haven't really been using all that stuff. So I believe they got it now so that when you hit someone, instead of just road killing and keep on rampaging, it actually blows up. So that's a good thing. And they also said there should be less double kills, or, you know, when you shoot somebody, they shoot at you, you die, they die, and it's just kind of silly. You would think somebody's going to win that gunfight, but majority of the time you actually both end up dying. You'll be dead, and on their screen it'll say 1 health or 9 health, and they'll just be dead too. And I don't know, it's pretty silly, but hopefully that's something that does end up getting patched out, and it is something they said was patched, but I'll let you guys know of my results from playing a little bit more post-patch. You really can't judge a patch. I don't like to judge any patches for any games the first day, because usually that's when it's the most buggy. You know, it just got into the system. They just changed things up. They just, you know, recently redid everything. So probably going to be some bugs when they first drop it. So what I like to do is wait a day and then really play and see how much has changed, what's really changing, and what's really going to affect the game and how you're going to play whatever game that might be. And whether it be Madden, 2K, or Battlefield, man, I'm always looking for what's changed, what's new, what's effective now, what's no longer effective. What do you got to do to adjust your gameplay? How do you got to change your game style to still be successful? And you always should be looking for those types of things, because those are going to be the things that give you a little bit of a slight edge over your opponents and give you the most advantage possible in any given compromising situation and in any given you know, team set or whatever. You know, some patches will make a team better on Madden versus another team. You know, if there's two teams that were close before, this patch might give the edge to the other team depending upon your play style or something like that. Or, you know, if you're in Battlefield, one gun may have gotten patched. It may have gotten buffed up a bit, so now the gun that you loved using and that nobody else used, you might see a lot more people using it. Or, you know, you were losing gunfights before with your gun, but now that it's been beefed up a little bit, you're winning a lot more gunfights, you know, when it's head-to-head. Or maybe the gun you were using before, like the Ace 23, maybe it got patched and it got nerfed a little bit. Most likely that's probably going to happen, since that's probably the best gun in the game considered by everybody. I don't even use that gun really. I really like using different weapons again than anybody else. But, you know, that's definitely considered probably the best gun. If you watch any of the level BF, tournament matches, the PC guys, pretty much everybody's rocking the Ace 23. You once in a while will see AEK in a close combat situation, but for the most part it's the Ace 23, or sometimes you'll see the M4 16. Those are probably considered the two best guns in the game. Those things are beastie. I really like the M4 16, but I kind of just went away from it a little bit once everybody else started using it. I like to be just a little bit different at all times. But don't mind my hair or facial expressions, guys. I was just locked in trying to get my team some W's and get some wins, and sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Battlefield is definitely a game where you need a team, you need a squad, you need some guys you can rely on and depend on and know that they're going to hold their own and they're actually going to play the objective. It's not going to be like Call of Duty where if you're a one-man army and you're having just a beastie round, you start dropping dogs, it benefits everybody. You start dropping, airstrikes and these. I don't even know what the kill streaks are anymore on there, but that's the biggest difference, is the kill streaks that can really just have a single player dominate a match in Call of Duty. You don't have that in Battlefield. There's no kill streaks, and while kill streaks will help your team, because usually they're going to benefit your team by you either clearing an objective, defending an objective, or just getting rid of opponents on the map. There's less opponents to have to worry about, less infantry that you have to worry about because you've been clearing it out for your teammates. Otherwise, there's really just not going to be huge impact by one person unless you're in a vehicle. So that's the big difference to me in Call of Duty in this, and I like that aspect of it. It's a lot more realistic, and that's one of the big draws to it. It's just you have to have teamwork. But right here is going to wrap up this video, guys. Had a lot of fun streaming, so be sure to follow the stream, twitch.tv/officialmonsterchappy. And until the next time, be sure to subscribe for more and leave a like if you enjoyed this. Leave your comments below on what you want to see in the channel in the near future. And until the next time, guys, we are out of here.